news impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in to tell you just that, all about the market setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Rima, let me come across to you first up. Looking like a green screen for our own markets as well.
Yes, it's looking like a green screen, but it looked like a very green screen even yesterday. If you remember, when we started trade yesterday, all the global cues were positive, yet the markets couldn't quite. I mean, we ended in the green and there was gain and the Nifty was above 19,300, but it's still not, kind of a roaring session. So all in all, markets continue to consolidate. Now, the key that's emerged is this 19,200 to 19,300 has emerged as a very strong support for our market. Over the last 10 days, the Nifty has taken support somewhere around these levels, between 19,229, which was, I think, the Friday's intraday low, and about 19,300, 5 times out of the last 10 trading sessions. Yesterday as well, the low was 19,250. So consolidation continues. This week, we are awaiting important data. The domestic Q1 GDP print is tomorrow, the August series expiry on Thursday. On Friday, we've got the August auto sales numbers. So this will also dominate sentiment, and keep your eye on the rainfall. August has been quite the deficit. DIIs yesterday net bought 1,264 crore in cash, while the FI sold 1,393 crore in the cash market. The global markets are fairly upbeat. US markets, as you pointed out, ending with the session with gains of about 0.6 to 0.8%. The dollar index, by the way, has dipped below 104. The yield too has cooled off. If you remember last week, the US 10-year yield had gone up to levels of 4.35. Yesterday, it was below 4.2. So there has been a considerable cool off in the US 10-year yield, even as Brent crude continues to hover around 84. So all in all, the cues point that it could be another session of consolidation for our markets. Back to you.
Okay, all right. A consolidation phase for our markets. Thank you so much, Rima, for all those cues. But a lot of stocks that will be on our radar as well. Surabhi has that list. Hey, Surabhi, morning.
Good morning. So first on my list is Gokaldas Exports. Now the company is going to acquire a UAE-based apparel manufacturing company, Atrico, for $55 million. This acquisition will be funded by a mix of debt and internal accruals. NBCC, the company gets a work order worth 66 crores from the Indian Medical Association. SVJN, the company's arm, gets a letter of acceptance from the Assam Power Development Corporation for 3 solar power projects. PG Electroplast, the company launches the QIP to raise 500 crores. The floor price is 1641 rupees per share. And Sun Pharma, in its AGM, reiterated the FY24 outlook. They expect a high single-digit top-line growth for FY24, and they expect their R&D spends to be around 7 to 8% of their FY24 sales.
Right, a lot of stocks that will be on our radar, but let's talk about all the cues from the F&O space as well. Mangalam is joining us now. Hey, Mangalam.
Good morning. So, while we are in a bit of a range and the start is likely to be positive, the question is whether we go past that congestion zone of 19,350 to 19,400 on the Nifty as well. Because yesterday, things were looking good, but, the day's high was 19,366. And we retraced from closer to the 50-day moving average mark of 19,387 itself. Now, whatever be the reasons, the second half yesterday was marred by a decline that we saw in Reliance. That was a big event to watch out for. So if you just take a look at the intraday chart of both the Nifty as well as the Reliance stock, you would see that they were mirroring each other, specifically in the second half of trade itself. That's not all. The Nifty Bank, that's the one that we have to watch out for, was outperforming in yesterday's trading session. So that's about Nifty and Reliance. But Nifty Bank, the close was 44,495. It's very close to its 20-day moving average. So for all practical purposes, opens at the 20-day moving average. The question is whether it goes all the way up to its 50-day moving average, which is 44,750 or not. The FIIs bought in index futures. So the Nifty futures discount turned into a premium of 15 points. They added 15,000 long contracts and close to around 7,400 short contracts itself. So in effect, adding 2 long contracts per short contract, as a result of which long exposure has inched mildly higher from 40% to 43% itself. The big positive, however, was the writing that we saw in index puts. Remember, this is the expiry week, and FI wrote 4 times the puts that they wrote calls, so telling you that even as there is congestion on the way up, there is strong support. What was the put that was written? 19,300 put was extremely active. We saw the put call ratio move closer to 1 as well. So for a premium of 60 odd rupees, telling you that there is support at close to around 19,250 odd itself. On the way up, however, call writers are still active at 19,350. That's telling you that there would be resistance again between that 19,350 to 19,400 zone. So Those are both the active options. Nifty support has moved between 19,200 to 19,250 itself. The other important cue to watch out for today will be, it's Tuesday, it's weekly expiry for the financial services index. And out there, support is closer to where it is right now, 19,700. And the 19,900 call is extremely active. So if it sustains above 19,800 for a bit, we can see some short covering there.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that, Mangalam, Surbhi and Reema, for prepping us up for this trading day ahead. Time for a short break now. When we